First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Basham Yoshai, Basham Makakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone Woolwell, who teach us His truth through the Spirit and power, Yahweh Basham Yoshai. Peace and salutation to the Akiams and Maudi who pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. There's the brother Quara from Trinidad Camp coming to another lesson to feed the elect at the house of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. Right, I'll title this lesson, The Idols Couldn't Defend Himself. Right, and this is a short clip, with the came into, the house of the idol gods and vandalize the place, so we'll review the clip, we'll bring out some scriptures.
That's what German people do to my mother. What German people do to my mother house? You tell me who could do these things? Why people doing these things? The world already bad enough. Why people doing these things? Why they do with mother house this thing? We let the mother house. Why they vandalize me mother house this way? Oh God. How cruel people could be, how evil and wicked. Oh God, why they do with mother house this thing?
Alright, it's a show, these people, the scripture say, the gods are the nations, are idols. She will weep and mourn for something that is dead, that's something that cannot give life. Right, and there's a show, how vain the people is to worship things at their own hands, right, that can deliver, that can save. Right, because these nations feel that it is their idols that give them that increase, to make them prosper. But guess what? All increase, everything come from Yahweh Basham Yoshai, the God of the Hebrew Israelite. So these nations, when they prosper and they over us, right? It's because Yahweh Basham Yoshai, give them that, because guess what? Israel transgress, right? And that's why the Lord says He's gonna make these nations them the head, and He's gonna make us the tail. So a lot of these nations feel that it is the idols, the worship, that give them that, right? But it's not so. Yahweh Basham Yoshai, right? Because their idols is nothing. He couldn't even defend his own self when these perpetrators, he came and vandalized the place. He could not defend himself. Where we go getting to, right? There's letter of Jeremiah 1 verse 32. He said they roar and cry before their God, as men do at a feast when one is dead. So just like how you go weep for for a loved one, right? She weeping for stone, for wood stone that laid over with gold and silver, weeping over something that she could go to a variety store and pay $10 and purchase back she idols, right? That she could actually go in a shop or a grocery, some supermarket, and purchase back she idols. They just show that the idols is vain, it's nothing, it is good for nothing, right? So she crying, like if somebody dead, a piece of stone, right? And there's to show you the mindset of the people, the gods of these nations, them is nothing. And your Basham Shai coming to vanish all the gods of the earth, right? He coming to burn all these gods of the earth when the wrath of the Lord come. A World War III. These people them going and them going and run themselves to seek cover. Some of them gonna try to carry the gods to seek cover too. Then what kind of God is that? That you ought to take your God, wrap him up, and run for shelter with him. When he's supposed to be protecting you, you are to protect he. Right? What kind of God is that? They are no gods. The scripture say, hey, fear them not. Fear them not. Right? I will jump down to verse 57. He said, neither are those gods of wood and laid over with silver or gold able to escape either from thieves or robbers. So guess what? The gods in pieces. So he cannot escape from the perpetrators, them who came there. They mash him up. Right? They vandalize the place. They vandalize his dwelling place. Right? And he could not do nothing. Right? This is supposed to show you that your gods is false. Right? That it cannot defend himself. Why worship such thing? Why worship such thing? Right? Verse 58, he say, whose gold and silver and garments wherewith they are clothed, they that are strong take and go away withal, neither are they able to help themselves. Cannot help yourself. Right? Therefore it is better to be a king. Right? Therefore it is better to be a king that showeth his power, or else a profitable vessel in an house, which the owner shall have use of than such false god, or to be a door in an house, to keep such thing therein, than a false god, or a pillar of wood in a place that such false gods. So it's showing a cup where they drink your tea in better than the idols you serve, because you have use for that. You know, you just drink your tea on mornings with a cup. You know, it's like a plate is eat your food. It shows that your plate more better than the gods you worship. Right? Because they is of no use. They is of no use. Right? You are to clean down your god when dust go on him. Right? You are to take care of your god. When your god should be taking care of you, you are to take care. You are to take care of he, that he can't clean himself. He can't save himself. Right? What kind of power is that? Yeah? These Psalms 135 verse 15. He said, the idols of the heathens are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. Which is the works of men's hands? These is the men who create and fashion these things and say, no, we're going to name it this, we're going to name it that, we're going to name it that. That is the works of men's hands. Right? He say, they have mouth, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. He cannot see the perpetrators. He have eyes and like he blind. Right? He said they have ears, but they hear not, neither is there any breath in their mouths. Yeah? He was getting violated, and he couldn't even cry for help. Right? He couldn't even call out, to the people and them, to alert them, hey, bandits here, boy, they're mashing them up, they're breaking them up, all you come and help. Right? And they just show, just as, I think it was Elijah, when he told them, to make an altar, and call upon all your gods, to light the fire, and the cry unto the gods, the ball so much that Elijah started to make mockery of them. He started to mock them, call harder. He must be on a long journey. Right? And then when it was Elijah's turn, he called upon the living power, the true power. And the Lord, hey, sent fire, and it was so great that, hey, Elijah fill it with water, and the water was dried up, burnt the offering, right? And we Elijah tell them, bring them and slay them before me, for the gods is idols, right? These gods of the nation, the idols, is good for nothing, right? It should show that you more better than your gods. Right, verse 18. He said, they that make them are like unto them, so is everyone that trusteth in them. All is fools that trust in these dumb idols. You know? And these things is way in the land today, rampant. You know, there's what people doing, even the house of Israel. You know, worshiping these dumb idols, following the ways, you know, of the heathens. Like, you know, they're celebrating, you know, the Wali. You know, part of these heathen customs. You know, and all people are gonna dress up, you know, in their garments, you know, and keep their traditions. You know, there's the show the whole house, the house of Israel sick. You know, 2/3 of the house of Israel, they lost their minds worshipping these false idols. You know, and there's why the Lord commented to destroy the wicked. Even 2/3 of Israel, you're gonna destroy. You know, he coming to destroy the enemy, coming to destroy the idols, the false gods. Right, there's Isaiah 2 verse 8. He said that their land also is full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands, that which their own fingers have made. Right, thou shalt worship no other gods before him. Right, so they worshiping the own thing with a hand make. Because who made it? Man made these things. A man make a go to worship his own work, to call that a god. His Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 15 verse 14. He said, all the enemy of thy people that hold them in subjection are most foolish and are more miserable than very babes, for they count all the idols of the heathen to be gods, which neither have use of eyes to see, nor nose to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers of hands to handle, and as for their feet, they are slow to go. Yeah? You can not even make a move when these robbers and thieves come. You can not even run for your life. You can not even run to seek help. Because you can not even help yourself. Because he's nothing to be but a piece of stone. Idols. Right? He said, for man made them, and he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned them, but no man can make a god like unto himself. He said, for being mortal, he worketh a dead thing with wicked hands. For he himself is better than the things which he worshipped, whereas he lived once, but they never. Showing here, the foolish. You more better than the things where you, that piece of stone you worshipping. You more better than that. Right? Because that dead, that not living, you living, but that where you worship dead. He say, yea, verse 18, he say, yea, they worship those beasts also that are most hateful For being compared together, some are worse than others. When you look at some of these images and these beasts, you know, horrible, horrible. For you all to call these idols to say, no, it's a god. This is the creator, the universe. These images are beasts. The Lord Yahweh Basham Yoshai made us in his image and likeness. Not these beasts. Right? These beasts didn't make us in their image, otherwise we'd have looked like the beasts. We'd have elephant trunks, we'd have had tusks, you know. We'd have had these things, but we don't look like that. Because we wasn't made in the image of these beasts. We were made in the image by the living power, the God of Israel, Yahweh, and his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. We were made in the image of a great power, a living power that is alive. Not in the image of these dead things. Right? So it's a show that, you know, these people, they are foolish. You know, any time gonna come, hey, they're gonna fear the God of Israel. They ain't gonna be worshiping these idols they serve. They're gonna worship one power. They're gonna worship the God of the Hebrew Israelites, the God of the men who they despise on planet Earth, that they call, hey, niggers, African monkeys, wetback. You know, you're all gonna worship their power. And guess what? You're all going to be subjected unto these same men you all despise and hate. You're all going to worship before their feet and worship their power. Right? Thus said Yahweh Basham Yoshai, the God of Israel. You know? And with that, you know, hope it was edifying. You know, I like to give all praises and glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Basham Yoshai, Basham Akakadash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone Woodwell. Peace and salutation to the Akiam Tamodi pushing the gospel and sincerity and truth. Daily brother Aquara saying, hey, Shalom.